Welcome, strays and wanderers, to another thrilling episode of A War of Fang and Fur. I'm Cameron Holt, I'll be your Dungeon Master for the evening. I'm joined by the formal Arcana crew. Are you ready for the wedding, Arcana crew?
Absolutely not.
I'm ready for anything.
Hell yeah.
Unless there's any kind of trouble, I'm not ready for that.
Oh, same.
I didn't prepare for this.
Good vibes only.
It's a wedding.
The leaves of two towering pines flutter in the light winds outside the gorgeous temple of the Ardors within Howlheart Keep. Animals from all corners of the Nettlewood Grove attend in their finest silks and linens, each presented in lavish displays of their house colors. Speaking of lavish displays of house colors, Riss, Hugin, and Lance, in no particular order, what are each of you wearing for the event?
Well, I'll be wearing the fanciest things I own, which are the things I got last session.
Nice.
So my new formal studded leather armor and the colored cloak that I received during my knighting.
Hell yeah.
I think Hugin's wearing this.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty much. Probably some like red and gold threads in there for house colors.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Would it be more appropriate? Is there like decorative armor, or would I just be wearing like fancy clothes?
Armor is, outside of leathers, it would be uncouth
Okay.
at a royal wedding.
Cool. I'm not scared at all.
Yeah, my suspicion just hiked up.
Yeah, like red cloak, gold, fancy people clothes. I don't know.
Nice. Yeah, we'll say like
Nailed
a gold vest with kind of
Yeah,
floral
yeah.
design, and yeah, the red cloak tying it together. Skjoll stands at the end of the long rows of pews within the temple. He's sporting a fine suit of black and red with a fuzzy caterpillar hide cloak dyed red and gold with golden pauldrons on his shoulders on the outside.
Love it.
Not armored, but never goes without pauldrons. There are a group of feline bards that are playing a harmonious tune as Flank the Coyote and Priest of the Ardors asks that all attendants rise for the arrival of the bride. Lady Azalea, would you like to describe your wedding dress?
Yes, I would. So it's a long, dark green gown. The like cape and veil are lace holly leaves in black with like red pearls kind of strewn throughout to look like holly. And then the veil is the same, and it's just draped. You know how nuns do? Mm-hmm. It's just like draped over.
Okay, it's
all
kind
the
of
way down.
Nice.
But that's all a disguised self-illusion. I have my armor on underneath it and a bunch of fabric just kind of tied around in case anybody touches me.
Nice.
That's incredible.
Hell yeah.
Trust no one.
As Lady Azalea walks slowly down the aisle, arm in arm with Lord Asher, who gives her away, and then returns to his seat, Flank delivers a beautiful traditional ceremony, which imparts the blessings of each of the 5 Ardors, nearly identical to the speech from the secret ceremony the night before, although adding a few lavish embellishments for the audience. Finally, the moment arrives that all who weren't privy to the prior evening have been waiting for. Prince Skjoll, Lady Azalea, please repeat after me. In the presence of the 5 Ardors, we vow to stand as one. In the presence of the 5 Ardors, we vow to stand as one. Under survival's watch, I pledge to protect and cherish you. Under survival's watch, I pledge to protect and cherish you. Guided by migration, we'll journey through life's changes together. Guided by migration, we'll journey through life's changes together. Skjoll kind of like takes your hands.
Aw, cute.
Pause. Takes your paws. He takes them.
Trust
Roll
no one.
initiative. We can go ahead and skip past Flank, and we can just have Lady Azalea and Skjoll read together. at the
Okay.
end. In the fire of hunger and passion, we love and hunger for each other endlessly.
He eats my bones.
In the warmth of protection, I shall shelter your heart with mine. Flank raises his hands, places them over your hands. I now pronounce thee Prince Skjoll Beetlebane and Princess Azalea Heartfire of House Luperel. You may kiss the bride. He removes his hands. Yeah, licking each other's faces and tongues.
Sounds like an engine flooded in here.
Woo! There's uproarious applause as the newlyweds make their way down the aisle, and flower petals are tossed overhead from all of the audience members. And the two of you gain the benefits of the ceremony spell. For the next 7 days, each target gains +2 bonus to their armor class while they are within 30 feet of each other, and you can only benefit from this right again if you are widowed.
So, only one way out.
Damn.
As we're walking down the aisle, it's happy faces, but like peeping.
Yeah, make a perception check. What are the rest of you up to as you're applauding and tossing flower petals from, there were these like little leather pouches on the ends of each of the pews that were filled with the petals that you guys can throw over.
I'm also looking for trouble.
Go ahead and roll perception as well.
I received a wedding gift from the dice. It's an empty.
Hey, hell yeah.
Everybody get married.
A 17.
The two of you, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. You see that there are a number of visitors from House Arctos who, like pretty much every noble in attendance has some sort of like decorative weapon of some kind on them. Less functional and more, just adds to the vibes. There are members of House Arctos, House Mustel, badgers and bears abound. A lot of bears, which doesn't surprise you because House Arctos is comparable only to House Caniculus and their numerous members, I guess,
Okay.
due to their polyamory among the
Right.
royal house.
Very productive.
Yes, quite productive.
Sexy.
Sure. There's also the representative of House Theros, Sir Robert. Sir Rob Boulderclaw, the cheetah, is also in attendance in a beautiful suit of black and gold.
Backless.
It's a crop top, actually. It's a crop jacket and a crop shirt. The gold tie kind of like, or rather, it's more of a gold ascot.
Nice.
It's kind of like tied off to the side. It's a look. His fur is cheetah print itself, so like,
Yeah.
dude's got to show off his situation.
Hey, when you say that, it sounds like dude schlong out.
Hey, if you look at
let's
Cerberian's Mini, the standard uniform of the Royal Guard is crop top.
Oh,
so
nice. Just don't call it a situation.
he's showing off his
That
situation.
wasn't that Jersey Shore? The guy's
Like
name was
the situation
The
or something?
situation.
Just making
Which is
note
where
of that.
backabs came from when Bill Hader was playing him. And it was like, backabs. So it was like showing off. He pulled up his shirt and he had a muscle suit on.
I had no idea. No idea.
Sir Deckard the Titan is also in attendance. He's kind of like at the back of the hall so as not to block anyone's view.
Right.
But yeah, ultimately it's a pretty small ceremony. There are no representatives officially from House Kane who arrived. There are a number of members of House Vulpus.
Let it be known that they were invited.
Yeah, they were. Dame Liliana is also in attendance, as is her lady mother, who is also of the Council of Five. They're seated kind of just behind where Lord Asher and Lady Basil, your parents, are, on that kind of second row. I would say the weirdest thing that you notice on a Nat 20 is how young all of the bears of House Arctos are. There doesn't look to be a single one of them who is over, like, maybe 25.
Do I know anything about that?
On a natural 20, make a history check with advantage.
19.
Nice. So first off, you're aware that King Ulrich Ironhide is not in attendance. He is still in Riddle Hill Run, ruling his kingdom. But a number of his sons are present. Flint Crushpaw is here, as well as...
How's he looking?
He looks fine.
Oh, neutral?
Neutral. He's clapping his large black bear paws together and throwing petals out. He's joined by what appears to be his older brother, who you are not familiar with. But you would be aware that the reason that House Arctos is so young is because King Ulrich Ironhide was the youngest of his siblings during the Great Hunt. And all of his, like his mother's and his father and all of his older siblings were assassinated during the Great Hunt. So all that you see here are from the fruit of his loins, and have all been born in the last 30 years.
Huh?
Yeah.
Strong loins.
Strong loins. It helps that he has multiple partners.
Well, that's true. I guess he's not doing the hard part.
Yeah. You head down the aisle, and Skjoll leads you to a table in the courtyard outside of the temple, straight down the steps, and shortly thereafter, the guests make their exit and find their places at the reception tables. As they do, a few stop by the newlyweds table to offer congratulations as well as some gifts.
Ooh.
The first to arrive is King Lupin Ironfang, Skjoll and Rissa's father. He steps down to the pair of you, and mostly he kind of like gives a gentle, not quite a bow, but more of a nod, and looks over.
Congratulations to both of you on this, the day of your marriage.
And kind of turns to Skjoll.
My son, how you've grown. On this joyous day, I offer you the most precious gift that I can bestow.
And he holds a paw out. Borgle the pug scurries up beside him and hands him a small box of dark red wood with golden trim. And the king takes it and undoes the latch and opens it. And inside, resting on a small velvet pillow within, is a small, flawless ruby. Its perfectly cut facets glint in the waning daylight. Make an insight check.
That's natural.
Damn, okay.
Yay!
You're kind of still holding paws with Skjoll, and you feel his grip kind of tighten on your hand as unconsciously as he looks down and sees this ruby gem soul, or potential ruby gem soul, I should say. As of now, it is just a gemstone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Lady Azalea, you can make a, I guess this would be history again. Make another history check with advantage.
23.
Yeah, so you know precisely why this is troubling for Skjoll. He has a gem soul already that only you and your close-knit group know about as of last night. You know that he has the onyx gem soul in his abdomen. You are also aware that there have only been a few animals in history who have had the capacity to attune to more than one gem soul at a time.
Right.
Attempting to do so and failing can be deadly in some cases or leave you brain dead in other cases. Failing to attune 2 gem souls is not good. You see he's kind of nervous about that, and
I'll let go of his hand and reach out mine for the box. What a beautiful gift. I'm sure you'll need some time to consider, Skjoll.
Yes, of course. I do not want to step on the ceremony. We shall put things in motion for the gem soul rite in the coming days. But
How
for now, I offer
many
you this
people
gift.
like see this happening? Everybody?
everyone, yeah.
Okay.
This is like the presentation of gifts is like a public, like they see this and it's presented and they're all like, oh, and like there's like some clapping and like a gasp goes across
I'm gonna
everyone.
set that one kind of to my side, and I'm looking around for the rest of the people who know us to try and get somebody.
Take the hit, you gotta do it.
Also, on that 23 history check, so you're aware that there are only a few animals in history who can attune more than one gem soul. You also are aware that one of those animals was Skjoll's uncle, the Mad King of House Luperel.
Which gem souls did he have?
He had 1 ruby gem soul and 1 onyx gem soul. It is traditional amongst House Luperel. Basically, each noble house has 1 or 2 gem souls that are sort of associated with their house. For Arctos, it's the diamond for protection. For Luperel, it's onyx and ruby of Paisha and Famone, hunger and passion. So they are both the traditional, in theory, Skjoll should have a proclivity for both of these types of gem souls. But whether or not he can attune another gem soul, you won't know until the rite happens. Skjoll, he closes the box and hands it to you, and you kind of set it beside you, and you're trying to make eyes at your companions.
Yeah.
So I should say, you and Skjoll are at this table sort of at the head, and then there's a central set of tables where Lance, Prince Riss, and
The
Hugin are
wedding
seated.
party.
Yes, along with, I need to check myself on the
Check yourself.
on the exact layout.
Did you make seating arrangements?
I did.
Nice.
Aww. Oh. I realized the implications of that.
Why did I get to pick my seating arrangements? I'm the bride.
Lady
I'm the
Basil
bride.
handled it for you. Seated all the way across from you at another table facing sort of similarly, at the head of that table is King Lupin, so he makes his way across and is seated across a few tables, but directly across from the bride and groom. Okay. Normally, it would be the king and queen in that seat, but as there is currently no queen of House Luperel, he sits by himself. Lord Asher and Lady Azalea are nearby. Lady Azalea, I keep doing that. Lord Asher and Lady Basil, you both have a Z in your name.
Bazalia.
Lady Bazalia? Lord Asher and Lady Basil are seated nearby the king. But yeah, in that central table, it is your trusted knight, as well as Skjoll's brother and sister, and just to fill out the seating, another fox of House Vulpes.
That's awkward.
Just like Frank.
For the sake of this, we'll say it's Dame Liliana.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There are tables surrounding on either side where the rest of the guests are seated. Mostly bears, a few badgers, a few birds as well. Dame Liliana kind of like takes her seat and scoots in, like nods to all of you. You guys can make an insight check actually as she's at your table.
That's
Oh, no.
I got an 8.
Holy shit. 27.
Nice.
9.
9. I would say,
Guys on her.
yeah, I'd say Riss and Lance, you're both very suspicious of this former competitor in the Grand Melee, and she's acting off, and she might be planning something. It might be some sort of revenge kick for having bested her in the melee. Hugin, you instantly recognize this is somebody who is not comfortable in a dress. She would rather be in her full plate armor. She feels basically naked, sitting at this table in this formal gown, and is very uncomfortable to be here.
Apparently, we're not going
Something's up.
to make it any better. We're both like,
I was like, I'm just like, I know the feeling, and I just pour her some wine and start filling up cups.
Yeah, she nods and kind of takes it and swirls it and smells it. And I would say, Riss, you immediately are aware that she's detecting poison.
Oh, okay.
And like waits a moment and then takes a sip.
Yeah, we did discuss that
Yeah.
prior.
I'm gonna cast Detect Poison as well.
Oh, snap.
Boom.
Does that have a range? Or
It lasts for 10 minutes and 30 feet.
How far away is he from our table?
I think he's about 30 feet away from your table, Prince Riss, if I'm not mistaken. You know what? Let's just find out.
Oh, no.
So we've got Skjoll and Azalea here at the sort of head. We've got the Temple of the Ardors behind. These are the steps you guys went down. We've got Riss and Hugin on one side, Lance and Dame Liliana on the other. And then we've got Lord Asher, played by, I believe that was Renair in Campaign 1. And at the head of their table is King Lupin. And then you've got other guests surrounding. Actually, I missed a guest. Oh, perfect.
How can you have forgotten?
So small.
Right
He's
there.
right in Hugin's eye line.
His back abs are staring you in the eyes. We've got the royalty of House Arctos. We've got Prince Flint Crushpaw, his sister, Princess Brilla. This warthog is playing his older brother. They've got a couple of other brothers over here at this table, as well as a few House Luperel peeps that are hanging out. And how could I forget?
that Lord Asher by King
he's
Luperel.
the
Yeah,
redhead.
Lord Asher is the only human man present.
it's strange that it didn't come up.
Here we
He's
go.
a human guy.
Kind of standing off, but at the ready is Borgle.
Nice.
Excellent. So yeah, we can see now officially that Prince Riss
Borgle.
is 25 feet away from your table.
Is that Borgle?
The moon.
Yeah, you've got the moon
cute.
cycles on the Temple of the Ardors to kind of tie it in with House Luperel and their
So cool.
Very cool.
motif. So yeah, you cast Detect Poison, and you don't get any hits, which is very...
I think he does.
On you.
Oh, he does. Yeah, you do detect one. Yeah, because we discussed this privately, but the night before the wedding, after the secret ceremony and before bed, Lady Azalea put together a little concoction in her bed chambers, just in case. Do you have it? Where do you have it?
Strapped to my thigh.
Excellent. The old water skin method.
Always be ready.
Do you detect like the type of poison?
Yes, you can identify the kind of poison.
You tell me. What did you concoct your poison from?
It's probably a mixture of plant matter. It's going to be like azaleas, holly. Nightshade isn't actually poisonous, but it's one that people recognize. Wolfsbane.
Belladonna.
Yeah, there's a plant that looks a lot like nightshade, and so when people moved to the Americas, they were like, that's poison. It's not poison.
So yeah, it's a number of these plants and mushrooms that have been kind of ground together into a paste and then mixed with oil to be more viscous, so as to coat the weapons. I'd say that you are aware, Prince Riss, that...
I have DC 14 Constitution saving throw, take 2d8 poison damage, and become poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Did we say who these were?
We'll say the one with the green staff is Elzor, and a few of the others are members of his order of the Church of Zephyria to the north, who are honored guests and missionaries that King Lupin invited. Sort of as a...
Flint, Crush Paw, but no Brilla, right?
Brilla's here. Yeah, she's the bugbear mini right next to Flint.
Nice.
And then that warthog is playing their older brother, which you guys can all go ahead and make a history check to see if you know who Prince Flint's older brother is. You've got a couple cousins around as well.
Dirty 20.
Dirty
Actually,
20.
this would be politics.
Well, then it's the same, which is a 19.
Nice.
22.
10.
17?
Bad at stuff.
17.
That was, it is a 20 now. With the
20?
proficiency. Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, Prince Riss, he's behind you. You don't even care.
I'm good.
The rest of you are
He
aware...
ain't big fiance, so who cares?
The rest of you are, immediately aware that he's probably a half-brother to Flint Crushpaw because he is a grizzly bear. And his name is Prince Grismond Shade of House Arctos. As it stands, he is fourth in line for the throne after the 12-year-old cousin, who is not present, I should say.
Interesting.
He's busy playing Roblox.
Fortniting it up. Yeah, you're aware that he's in training because he is the heir to the kingdom. He's in training and he attends all of King Ulrich's meetings and things. So he's usually nearby his father.
Is Brilla technically Flint's sister or cousin?
Brilla is Flint's sister.
Sister.
Yes.
What in line?
She's a little bit older than him,
Okay.
but it is a patriarchal
Yeah.
monarchy in Riddle Hill Run, so she doesn't really have a shot at the throne.
Got it.
Rude.
Barf.
She will be married off to some other house, it seems.
Unless we kill all our brothers.
Unless you kill all her brothers. I don't know why you would do that, but sure.
I hate the patriarchy.
Well, that in history repeats itself.
It's like, did I sign up to be part of a massacre that I wasn't aware of?
Yes.
Yep.
The moment we joined gangs.
So we've checked for poisons. We've discovered the intricacies of House Arctos and who's present, who's not, and why. There's a lovely meal set in front of all of you. You've had your choice of millipede steaks or earthworm.
Oh,
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Not spaghetti. They're quite large.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, we'll say earthworm spaghetti. They take the earthworms and like remove the dirt inside and cut them into strips and then tangle them together.
Nice.
I'll stick with the vegetables.
Nice. Yeah. And there's a plethora of roast vegetables and things as well.
Hugin is imbibing and just, eating, enjoying it,
Just
keeping an eye out.
Being like, there's a lot of dirt in the air today. I don't know what it is.
Your brother's sobbing over there.
Clear day.
Probably. Dame Liliana is like, no, yes, it's quite hazy, isn't it? Yes.
So there's no shame in tears of joy, friend.
Also approaching the wedding table is the cheetah. I'm going to use Cerberian, R.I.P.
No.
Just because I don't have a cheetah. Steps up. I'd say, Lady Azalea, you probably instinctively tense a little bit as a man bedecked in black and gold approaches. A cheetah in black and gold approaches.
I get tense when men approach me, that's correct.
He walks up and you see he's got a scroll in his hands. And he steps forward and kind of bows his head down. Congratulations to the beautiful couple. If it pleases the two of you, I have an announcement from the High King that I've been asked to read here at the ceremony as a gift to the newlyweds. Skjoll kind of like turns and looks at you, nods.
What's in this man's eyes?
Make an insight check.
11.
There's hardly anything in this man's eyes.
no.
You're pretty sure this knight, outside of sword fighting and training, has never had a thought.
Just how I like them.
You can
Yeah,
just
homie, a big himbo energy for sure.
Oh, God.
Sure. I don't see why we would turn down a message from the High King.
Of course, yes. Please do present it.
He presents and shows the seal to both of you, and you see the seal of the High King before he breaks the wax seal and unfurls the scroll. A decree has been set by the High King of the Nettlewood Grove. He has announced that Prince Skjoll Beetlebane of House Luperil shall be his heir. And another gasp across, and everyone starts clapping. There's like cheers that rise up. Skjoll is also taken aback. He like stands up and holds up a paw.
Are you certain about this?
Looks at him, unrolls it again. No, yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, he's my favorite.
Thank you.
He like looks forward to his father, who is kind of, he's like clapping and smiling and makes eyes at the two of you, and make an insight check again
Yeah.
on King Lupin.
19.
You see just a faint cock of the eyebrow of like, seems fishy, but
Ooh,
good.
I put on my surprise face.
I'm gonna scan the rest of the crowd and just kind of take in like everybody's
Yeah, make an insight
facial
check.
features. I want to make sure that there's nobody who's just like outwardly like pissed or something about it.
For sure.
Holy shit! So that's a 17.
At this point, you see that Prince Flint actually has switched places with Lady Brilla. You're not sure if it was him trying to get away from Riss or her trying to get closer. But you see they've switched. You see he's clapping and kind of like leans in, and this is a thing that normally I would have you roll for, but in this situation where there is like applause and cheering, there's no way you're going to hear them whispering to each other. But you see he's like clapping and leans over and is like speaking to his brother, who leans down. You can make an insight check to kind of pick up on their body language in this moment.
Oh, that's a 12.
Yeah. Without giving you too much, and you can infer kind of your own, what you would take away from this. But you see Flint kind of like leans in, and it's just kind of like Prince Grismond kind of like is clapping and smirks and leans down and kind of places a gentle hand on his brother's shoulder, says a few words, and then continues clapping. So you can infer from that what you will. It seems more like Flint was like concerned about something, and Grismond was reassuring him.
How surprised does Skjoll look?
Let's find out. Make an insight check, and I'll make a deception check, I guess, to see if he's hiding his surprise. Oh, Skjoll.
Oh, that's not great. 12.
Oh, okay. I don't think he's going to beat that, but let's find out.
Is Skjoll complicit in this plot?
He rolls an 8. You see that Skjoll looks very taken aback.
Oh.
He's trying. I would say on your roll so much higher than his. You can see that he's trying to hide shock. There's this weird situation happening in Skjoll's brain and across his face that is like, I shouldn't let them know that I'm shocked by this, but wait, no, this would be surprising news to learn. So maybe it's okay. He's like wrestling. He's like,
Thank you, Sir Knight.
and there's like kind of like an awkward pause before Sir Rob leans in and he's like, maybe you should make a speech of some kind. goes back to his seat. Which
I'm thinking to myself that this is how they're gonna pin everything on him.
Skjoll stands again. I'm going to ask before Skjoll gives his speech, what is running through Lady Azalea's mind at this moment? You've just become, I would say, on top of like how to control the situation, you've just become the princess of House Luperel, and it has now been announced that you may one day become the High Queen of the Nettlewood Grove.
I know. It couldn't have gone so perfectly. It couldn't have gone so perfectly. That doesn't... Yay! At the mention of being told to give a speech, Skjoll's vibe.
Without a role required, Skjoll is not much of a public speaker.
I will put a hand on his arm and stand up.
Okay.
I will keep the hand on his arm, like, looped through.
Yeah, I would say the moment that you stand and loop your arm in his, you feel tension kind of release as you bring him comfort. He kind of looks down and like nods at you reassuringly to be like, don't worry, I've got this. You're there for backup if he needs it. And he looks out over the crowd of wedding guests and holds up a paw again for them to cease their clapping and cheering.
Honored guests, this is a joyous occasion, not only for the news that has been bestowed upon us of my new station, but for the life that lays before me now, after the joining of the houses. I thank you all, and I reassure you that in the coming months, in the coming years, I shall do all in my power to make lives better, safer, and more protected.
Kind of like pauses before claps like slowly start to build and people start to cheer. You did a fine job.
Like a thumbs up to the table of our friends and family.
And he sits back down as everyone else sits back down. There's people continue eating, finishing their meals. As the evening carries on, the sun begins to set, and at this point, Prince Grismond stands and approaches as well. And he would probably come around to Skjoll's side too.
Forgive me, I'm afraid I don't have as good news as Sir Rob was able to impart upon you, but House Artos has brought a bit of a gift. And he kind of like waves his paw, and Borgel and a number of other servants come in carrying these cases, just like...
Crates?
Crates, yes, thank you. Carrying a number of wooden crates. You can hear the jangling of glass against glass inside of them as they kind of like walk up and set them down. He pulls out a very like fine looking bottle that's sort of like a conical shape that's very smooth from bottom to top, just like a thin, like a vuvuzela if it were a bottle, for lack of a better description.
Hugin's eyes dilate.
I present to you my life's work, the best mead in all of the Nettlewood Grove, nay, all of Ferelorn, as a gift, enough for a private reserve, and for all of the guests at the wedding to partake.
And he pops off the top. He makes a showing. He sets out 3 glasses and pours from the bottle into each of them, and hands one to you, Azalea, one to Prince Skjoll, and takes one himself and holds it up to the newlyweds. And he's going to take a drink.
Is detect poison still up?
It has been more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
I have mine, like, watching and waiting for this guy, and I have one paw on Skjoll's drinking hand.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it look casual. Like, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, you sip first. Wow.
Let me just lay out a series of events here.
Okay.
He's making this speech as he is. It's being poured at all of the tables around your tables as well. As this is happening, you feel a paw on your shoulder, Prince Riss. And you turn to see Prince Flint.
My prince, I'm afraid I did myself dishonor in the grand melee, and I dishonored you as well. And if I'm being honest, you dishonored me a bit. But I seek to regain that honor, and I challenge you to a duel. Here and now, to first blood. What say ye?
Is it like thought of disrespectful to duel at the wedding? Or
No. It would be, honestly, I'd say it'd be more disrespectful to decline a duel than. There's actually like these areas on the sides of these grassy areas have actually been specifically set up for duels to take place.
Oh, wow.
As we stated in the last episode, it's considered a dull affair without at least one clashing of blades.
Cool. I'm gonna look over to Brilla. Is she making any sort of face?
She once again has popped a fan out and is kind of like watching.
I accept.
You honor me. Shall we?
And he heads over,
It's just a first blood. You don't have to fucking crush him.
takes a
But
stance.
everyone's about to drink.
And just so you are aware, to first blood, for us, will mean basically the first person to get down, to drop to half their hit points,
Half? Okay.
will be the first person to bleed. He walks over, and you see a couple attendants of House Arctos that have been set up along the side, bring him a great axe and a large, like wooden bat that's got sort of a silver tip on it. It's like this large club that he kind of like fastens that one to his back and takes the great axe in hand and is standing there at the ready. Borgle scurries up to you. Excuse me, sir. Shall you be partaking? Shall I fetch your weapons?
Yes, please.
All right. And he scurries off, very quickly returns and hands you your longsword and shield. At this point, Prince Grisman has made his speech and is downing his own drink.
I'm gonna, if
You see a number of the other attendees cheers, take a drink as well.
I'll do like a swirl and deep smell. We good? We bad? Am I able to determine as somebody who works with poisons, like what?
This is why you'd be able to make this roll at all.
Okay.
So go ahead and make either a medicine or a nature check with disadvantage. I will say, as you're doing this, you see everyone in attendance. The people of House Arctos are also taking drinks of the mead. Like, everybody is drinking it.
Yeah, oh, I want to just look to King Lupin, Lady Basil, and Sir Asher, too. Mm-hmm. See if they're drinking.
Yeah, you see Lord Asher does the cheers. Make a perception check, actually.
Oh, and Flank, if he's there, too.
Yeah, Flank is here. Flank is,
See the werewolf?
yeah, he's in color.
Perception, you said?
Yes.
That is a 23.
You're not sure if it's like because he's like knowing something, or if he's just that cautious of a person. But you see, he does the cheers and sets his glass down, does not take a drink. Also places a hand on Lady Basil's arm so that she doesn't take a drink and sets it down. King Lupin does the cheers and waits, and once Grismond empties his glass and sets the empty glass down and like breathes, he then takes a sip. As does Flank. Flank oddly is the same as the king. Weirdly cautious for a priest of the Ardors, but probably has something to do with his past as a soldier. He also waits and sees that all of the bears around him are drinking and then takes a drink as well.
I will pretend to drink.
Okay, make a deception check. What about the rest of you? Prince Riss, obviously, you're busy.
I'm going to pretend to drink as well.
Yeah, make a deception check.
12.
12, okay. Nice.
Drink nothing you didn't bring.
Okay. That's a,
You did discuss this the night before.
yeah, that's a 24.
Especially easy to hide with the strange way that you have to drink from a glass with your beak anyway. You managed to, out of sight, just kind of like get it poured out around your feet under the tablecloth and have perfectly made it look as if you have imbibed.
It hurts so bad.
There's cheering and applause. Lance, do you partake?
Well, I haven't drank anything else so far, so would it be rude if I didn't drink?
It is considered rude, yeah. But that didn't stop Lord Asher and Lord Asher and Lady Basil didn't even like mask that they weren't drinking. They were just like, yes, cheers.
Can I like sleight of hand
Yeah.
that somehow? So
Yeah,
it
for
looks
sure.
like I'm drinking.
Yeah, try to do
but
like
I'm
an over the shoulder.
Yeah, like a.
Yeah, go for it.
Hopefully not splashing the guy with the hat right there.
The little cat wizard.
Oh.
This might sound weird, but I'm gonna use one of my luck
Yeah.
rolls
No,
to
for sure.
re-roll that 6.
Okay.
That's still a 13.
Okay, you don't get it on anyone.
Okay.
You start going to do the splash and you realize like, oh man, I've never like done something like this before. And in that moment of panic, you kind of accidentally drop your glass.
Yeah.
And you have a moment of like, oh shit. And then internally you're like, oh yeah, no, this works.
If anyone asks, I'll just say this is when my drinking problem started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dame Liliana kind of like moves to the side as it splashes onto the ground and like pulls her dress in. A little delayed because she's not used to wearing these particular garments. She looks at you, Lance. Are you all right tonight?
Sorry. Just a little nervous at fancy functions,
I see.
you know, and like fancy goblets and fancy meads.
I understand. I feel very similarly. You fought well in the tourney, by the way.
Thank you.
Your win was well earned.
I appreciate that.
Did you hear, Dame Liliana, that he has been recently knighted?
I did hear there was a ceremony not days ago. Congratulations on your induction.
Thank you.
Always good to have strong fighters where we need them. You can make an insight check if you want.
See if she's legit.
Insight to see if she wants to smash.
9? I'm rolling like garbage today.
You no longer feel like she wants to murder anyone here, but she seems uncomfortable, and you don't know why. You can't put the pieces together. Hugin, what's your passive insight?
19.
Yeah, you can tell that Dame Liliana is interested in Lance.
Damn.
But yes, seems similar to Skjoll. She's more comfortable fighting combatants than showing. Oh no!
No.
I flipped the table. Than showing interest. Also worth noting, all of these pigs are not pigs.
They're both.
Millipedes.
Fucked up.
They're millipede steaks and worm spaghetti.
On that note,
Did Skjoll drink?
I'm gonna make a decision. I'm gonna say Skjoll sees his father drink and Grisman drink, and takes like a sip, but he doesn't down the whole thing.
Okay.
And if anyone asks, he'll just say he's pacing himself.
Sure.
He takes
He
a little
looks
sip,
like a
sets
guy
it
who
down.
needs to pace.
Yeah. Gives a nod to Grismond, Prince Grismond, who returns to his seat. Actually, he doesn't return to his seat. As he's walking over, he's like, "Ah, a challenge!" And steps over, and he's going to give audience to this duel. Skjoll is also going to do that. Step over and watch. Is anybody else interested in viewing the combat?
I kind of want to be like over here so that I can see the combat, but also like keep an
Keep
eye on
eyes.
the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll come over here because there's like no one over there, so I can still see what's going on, but keep an eye on the whole group.
Okay. Azalea, do you stay in your place or do you go somewhere? Dame Liliana lingers over here for some reason. Just eyes on the duel, but
Can I spy this situation?
make an insight check.
I'm just curious. That's a nat 1.
No.
Okay.
Is she gonna try and kill Lance?
I'm gonna pick up the. How big is the box that the gem soul came in?
It's a small chest. It's like maybe
Oh, that's not going in my bosom. No. I will pick that up, and I will look at Lance. I'll hold up the box and like nod, and then go to put it away. I'm not just gonna leave this thing on a table.
for sure. I mean, if you want to retrieve the ruby from inside, you can take it out of the thing and put it in your tits.
That sounds like that just seems like a bad call.
How does the bonding work? Is there like an incision or?
So there's actually a whole ceremony called the Gem Soul Rite that will take place at the Church of the Arders inside, where An incision is made with a ceremonial dagger in usually the place of choice of the recipient.
Okay.
And then as the gem is inserted, the rite begins. And basically there's just a saving throw that's made to see if you can attune.
Okay. I forgot that we're not at home. So, yeah, I'm going to try to very sneakily remove the gem. And I'm going to put that... I technically have pockets under the illusion of my dress. I'm going to try and put it in one of the pockets on my thigh.
Okay.
Like under the I'm like, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check with advantage because A, there's a distraction happening currently, as well as the fact that you are seated at a table and seemingly wearing a dress, so it would be very inconspicuous of you to like, the hard part is going to be getting the gem out of the box. The easy part is going to be just putting it in your pocket through an illusion.
Lean over it. Sleight of hand? 28.
28. Yeah, nobody notices this. People looking directly at you see you like scratch your leg at the end.
Nice. And then I'll go join Hugin.
Princess Azalea, congrats.
Soon to be Lady Hugin.
Asher and Lady Basil come to watch as well, as does the king. Oops.
He's dead!
Oh no.
Long live the new king.
He's going to stand by Skjoll.
Hugin, all of this looks above ground to you?
Did I say that?
Flank is also watching.
I don't know why this makes me nervous. Like everyone lined up too.
And then Borgle casts Lightning Bolt.
I knew it!
Not Borgle.
He
Never
pulls off
trust
his
a
pug
pug.
face, and it's actually an armadillo.
That bitch.
I want to move up onto the stairs.
It would be. They have
so
so
that
much
I have
loose skin. You can
an
just,
elevated
you
view
know,
now.
Up here?
Yeah.
fake that pretty well.
I need Prince Riss to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, what's the -1? 9.
9. Nice. Flint goes first with a dirty 20.
Liliana's still just chilling out there after Lance's moved.
Lance walks away and she's just like,
She's got it here. As you're kind of like getting suited up, you've got attendants kind of helping you out with little pieces of leathers and strapping your weapons into place. You see as Prince Flint steps over and his attendants come up as well, and they actually like remove his pauldrons and cloak, and he's much less armored. Even compared to how he was in the Grand Melee, he's got less on.
Cool.
We'll say that Skjoll probably steps forward over this little edging to here and just calls out, "I shall oversee the beginning of the duel. It is to first blood. All right, at your ready, begin."
cute.
And Flint moves quickly forward. He's going to close that gap. As he's rushing forward, you see as he deftly reaches back and swaps the great axe for the club and is going to swing it up on you. First off, he's going to bonus action rage.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to go ahead and make that a frenzied rage.
Don't let this
Give
guy
me
clean
one
your
turn.
clock.
Just give me one turn.
You gotta smite him into the ground.
Oh yeah.
He goes into a frenzied rage as he rushes forward, yelling. First attack is going to be an 18.
Definitely hits.
I'm just going to roll all of these at once.
My AC is 8 lower than normal.
Holy shit.
And definitely, you see that you're not sure if he was like holding back or constricted, but he is moving much faster.
Yeah.
That is only a 16 for the second attack.
Oh yeah, that hits. Everything's gonna hit.
You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as he rushes forward and makes 2 strikes with the great club. And he's going to hold his ground, and that brings us to Prince Riss.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to bonus action cast Thunderous Smite.
Just so we're both aware, what is half of your hit points?
26.
26? Okay.
I'm at 37.
All right.
Got 13 AC. It's normally 21.
Yeah. Yeah, bonus action Thunderous Smite. That crackling energy envelops your longsword.
Then I'm going to take first attack against him.
Go for it.
15?
15 just hits.
Sweet. I'm also going to expend a second level Divine Smite because I can do both, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so
Stack them.
Wow.
okay, so that's going to be 3d8 for Divine.
Oh yeah. Also, this came up a while ago now. By the time this airs, but we're talking about the fact that the reason that I initially thought that those should have been able to stack is because they're both leveled spells. But upon further review, you can Divine Smite on multiple attacks in a round.
Yeah.
Because it's using a spell slot, but it's not a spell, it's a
Not-
feature.
it's not an action or a spell.
So they do stack.
Big time.
Thunderous is going to be 2d6.
Fucking wild duel to half hit points. It could be over in one strike.
So that would be...
Can you roll for your sword first?
Okay.
Because he is raging, so that will be halved.
6.
Okay, so 3 damage from the initial sword, and then all of the other stuff he cannot have. Because it's like
Yeah,
force or
2d6
thunder.
and 3d8. 20...
Radiant, I should say.
32.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Kablam. Rocked his socks.
He is still above halfway.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
second attack, let's go.
Yeah.
Not great.
No. 11.
11 misses. He takes the first strike. There's that crack of thunder. All the people who didn't come over to watch this suddenly
Oh, shit. It must succeed on a strength saving throw or
Okay.
be pushed, yeah. So it has to be the 15 strength saving throw.
He's probably really weak.
Yeah, like bears usually
Totally.
are.
I mean, he's definitely not raging or anything.
No.
That never helps with strength saving throws either.
I don't think it does.
he doesn't have advantage on this thing.
Okay.
Cool.
17.
Damn it.
Okay.
You
that's
should
my
have
turn.
said 7.
That would have been sweet to get one more hit.
All right. Back to Prince Flint. And because he's gone into a frenzied rage with his last bonus action, this time he makes 3 attacks.
Oh boy.
One with his
Yeah,
bonus action. He's
I'm
going to
going
make them
down.
all recklessly.
You didn't do anything reckless last time, though, right?
No.
I feel like he only had
It's been a couple of, I think it's been a couple of weeks
Yeah.
since the Grand Melee. Homie has been doing nothing but training since then.
let's say I thought he had
He's
like
also
one
at his
attack.
best. It's like, what? No armor duel? Let's go.
Yeah. I think he had
Yeah.
like
Can I-
one attack last time
Yeah.
during the tournament.
He did, yeah.
Are we allowed to?
If only had armor.
No, that's a bad idea.
For the first attack, that's a 27.
To hit?
Hit? Yeah, it hits.
Yeah.
Cameron Holt! Yeah, dude.
14 points of bludgeoning damage.
I think that's going to do it.
Forgot to add that +2 from raging for the first one.
Yep. I'm below half.
He rushes forward and swings and catches you across the jaw. There's a crack and blood comes out of your mouth and splatters onto the ground as he's on the backswing coming to hit you again and stops himself. Still raging and frothing a little bit, calms himself, takes a deep breath before sheathing his club, fastening it back in place, standing back, and he bows to you. Before turning and holding up his hands, House Arctos cheers, except for Lady Brilla, Princess Brilla, who does not clap for her brother. And at this point, did any of you drink the mead?
No.
Excellent. Wonderful. I'm gonna say
Hey.
Lance and Hugin. Hang on, sorry. Let me get my things in order.
The anxiety
I'm gonna
is like.
throw up.
Is that whole group about to get fireballed and we're the only ones that aren't going to catch it?
I'm gonna say Hugin, make a perception check. Lance and Azalea, you can make perception checks at disadvantage.
Okay.
Riss, what is going through your mind right now?
Oh man, these dice are rolling. That's
Oy.
25.
25, nice.
I'm just going to be on the knee and spit out more blood and be like, well fought. You've been training.
Yeah, he walks over and holds out a paw and helps you up. He's like, every day since our last bout, you didn't make it easy on me. That thunder's no joke. Perception?
19.
19, and Lance?
12.
12. All right.
Can I heal myself?
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
gonna
Lay on hands?
Lay on hands.
Absolutely. Hugin
I'll figure out how much.
and Azalea, notice that like a number of the people who were watching the duel like brought their plates over and are still like munching on their like leftover food and watching in anticipation. You see Grismond is like taking a bite out of some dried jerky. The two of you can make insight checks.
Those two.
Yes.
Not this one.
Correct.
That's a 13.
26.
26. Lady Azalea. You notice Grismond takes a bite out of some jerky and is like chewing it and laughing and like clapping for his brother. You notice a number of the other members of House Arctos are also eating some dried jerky. And then you remember that that wasn't provided.
Antidote.
That's the word that comes into your mind. Antidote. At that moment, as you're noticing that and taking this in, a couple of these attendees pass out. Can I have one of you roll a d4? Whoever would like.
I'll do it. Oh, no, you got it. No, you got it.
I didn't
You
look.
didn't even look at it. I don't know what it is.
You called it.
That's a 4.
4?
I don't know if that's good or not.
Excellent. Can I have everyone roll all of your d10s?
No!
That includes the d10 as part of a d100 set. Just treat them as 10s.
All of them?
All the ones you have out.
Is this going to be like how many troops storm the palace?
No, how much poison damage?
But I don't wanna.
That's why I don't keep many dice on me, y'all. 0 count as
10.
10? Okay.
Hands are small.
I mean, at that point, doesn't
Oh.
matter. That's
No! Oh, no!
I see a lot
That's a lot of zeros! No!
Oof, doing dastardly things is good for my health. I'm having a chest pain.
when your DM whispers, fuck. It's never good.
205 points.
20.
43.
Plus
31.
Lance, can I have you make a quick luck check? I'm going to say you want to roll above a 10.
15.
15. When you spilled your glass, it interrupted Dame Liliana from taking her drink.
Nice.
And then when you got up and left the table, she set her drink down and followed after you and did not partake.
Her thirst overpowered her thirst.
Oh! But also something dastardly is afoot.
You all watch as there's like cheering and clapping and a couple of people at a few tables, like there's some clanging and banging, and you see as they have collapsed forward and passed out over the table. A few others are kind of like standing and then just gouts of blood out of their mouths before falling. All the members of House Arctos are fine. And actually a lot of them are reaching down, starting to unsheathe their decorative weapons, which you now see are decorative hilts, but very sharp, real weapons. As everyone who failed their saving throw and imbibed of the poison takes 421 points of poison damage.
Oh! That is
What about
so
the
much.
sippers?
This is a very potent poison. King Lupin, blood spews out from his snout, out in front of himself, and he goes down to a knee before falling to his side. Skjoll turns around, "Father," and takes a step forward, and then and the blood comes from his mouth as well as he falls forward. I'm gonna make a luck check as well for Sir Deckard the Titan to see if he drank.
Whose side is he on?
I don't know. Maybe he wasn't on any sides. He was with the
Maybe you'll help us out.
he was with the deer people.
I will say, among all of the guests at the wedding, the only ones who are not affected by this currently are animals who didn't drink or animals of House Arctos. First, I'm going to make a luck check. I'm going to make the same one you did for Dame Liliana. It's basically a death saving throw, 11 or higher. He didn't drink, 10 or lower, he did.
No.
That's an 8.
Brother. We've had our differences, but
Not like this.
not like this.
Not like this.
Well,
Looks like you're in charge.
if I live,
Oh, well, yeah.
I am surrounded by baddies.
So, just so that you guys know what I'm rolling for and what's going on here. This particular type of poison has 2 saving throws. The first one is to resist paralysis. The second one is to resist the damage of the poison.
Ooh, interesting.
Also worth noting, it is easier to withstand the paralysis than it is to withstand the poison damage. So, Sir Deckard is going to go ahead and make his 2 Constitution saving throws. He gets +10 to these rolls.
That's pretty
Okay.
good.
That's very good.
Beefy
So,
boy.
That's better than me.
he just needs to make an 8 or higher to resist the paralysis. He needs to roll a 10 or higher to resist the damage.
Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna use our
I never
tray
thought
of
I'd
fate
be rooting for your brother.
to resist paralysis. Needs to roll an 8. Natural 1. So he is paralyzed, but let's see if he dies. He needs to roll a 10 or higher.
Not great.
15.
Can we tell at this point, blood barf, is that paralysis or death?
That's death.
Fuck.
That's the damage. Skjoll rolled an 11 and a natural 2 on both of his saving throws.
Damn.
And taking 421 points of damage is instantly killed by the poison.
Shit.
Amidst the chaos, as people are falling and going unconscious, Sarab is unaffected. He seems to have not partaken. You watch as the Titan falls, but no blood comes from his mouth. You see there are the three birds, Elzor the owl, as well as a crow and a cardinal that were with him. The cardinal vomits up blood and falls at the table. Elzor stands up in surprise and stands back from the table. You get the sense that they probably people who are priests of the Zephyrian Order aren't supposed to drink, but one of them snuck a sip anyway.
He got what was coming to him.
The other 2 are in shock. The bear that was seated at their table has stood up and has pulled out a short sword. And I need all of you in the next episode to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Things could be worse.
Yeah?
Was it you, Prince Finnisulva, or your brother? Which one of you murdered him?
And he brings his hands together and claps, and he's going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Double
Yeah.
natural 20.
Oh, shit! Oh my god!
Nice.
You turn in time to see Riss flying through the air, hitting the ground and losing consciousness once again. You see Azalea also go down next to him and does not move.
Hey, good meeting.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw and you want even more Arcanarama goodness, you can head over to patreon.com/Arcanarama, where the low price of $5 gets you access to a whole host of content, like the Chaos Hours, our post-show talkback, where we chat with each other about the things that happened in the episode and give you a peek behind the Dungeon Master's screen. The Guardians of the Phoenix podcast, where it all began, as well as monthly art drops with character art that you can use in your own games at home. The $5 tier gets you access to all of those goodies, but there's also a $3 tier if you simply want to be noticed by your senpais. So without further ado, huge shout out to all of this month's Patreon supporters. Definitely Not Sam, Scott Shear, Nita Yilva, Eric Firm, Freya Odensdottir, Robin Stone, Tina Holt, and Al. See you in the next one.